Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So now this unit 26 and 27 will be taught by Maharaj. I'll give a brief introduction about Maharaj. His Holiness Bhakti Narasimha Swami Maharaj is an initiating spiritual master in our ISKCON society. Maharaj was initiated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in the year of 1971 in London. Maharaj has been preaching for more than 3 decades, especially in Asian countries like India, Philippines, China and Thailand. Through his preaching and teaching, Maharaj has given opportunity to practice and for the many people around the world. In his personal life, Maharaj is very strict in terms of following sadhana. Maharaj is very well known for his simplicity and strong practice of devotional service. Maharaj truly walks on his staff. Maharaj has been teaching Mayapur Institute almost all the Shastri courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, online and on-site classes. So let us all welcome His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj by loudly chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So as Prabhu said, we're going on into canto number 6, right? Chapter number 7. Chapter number 7. Indra offenses spiritual master, Brihaspati. So, Canto 6 was dealing with, what was Canto 6 about? You were hearing about the daughters of Daksha, the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. So at the end of the 6th chapter, it came up about this one daughter of Daksha, Rochana. Or the Rochana was the daughter of the Daityas. And she became the wife of Prajapati Twasta. And they had 2 sons, Sani Vasa and Vishwarupa. This is from verse 44, chapter 6. Right? And then the chapter finishes with a description about Vishwarup. He was the son of the daughter of their eternal enemies, the demons. And he became the guru, or the priest, for the demigods. Because Sukadev Goswami is telling Maharaj Parikshit, Brihaspati was disrespected by the demigods and he abandoned them. So this is how the chapter begins, with Maharaj Parikshit asking about this. But text number 1 says, "Oh great sage, why did the spiritual master of the demigods, Brihaspati, reject the demigods who were his own disciples? What offense did the demigods commit against their spiritual master? Please describe to me this incident." So Maharaj Parikshit wants to understand about this, how the guru could give up the demigods when they're his own disciples. So this is the beginning of this section of the Bhagavatam. We're going to hear about how Vritasura came and who is Vritasura and everything. So it's a very nice section of the Bhagavatam. Vritasura is actually one of the great heroes of the Bhagavatam. And we'll hear as we go on about Vritasura. Anyway, this is the introduction to this theme. Prabhupada quotes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the purport. This 7th chapter describes how Brihaspati was offended by the demigods, how he left them and the demigods were defeated, and how the demigods, following the instructions of Lord Brahma, accepted Vishwarupa as the priest to perform their sacrifice. So, the demigods, they have their problems, right? Being a demigod, there's a lot of opportunity for material enjoyment. But what is the problem for the demigods? What's their main problem?
The attack of the demons.
Huh?
The attack of the demons.
Well,
Supremacy.
huh?
Supremacy. Supreme. Who is supreme?
Who is supreme?
The gods are demigods are.
Well,
Asuras.
what causes them to commit offenses? What was the cause of them committing offense? What was the cause of Indra committing an offense against Brihaspati?
A false prestige.
Yeah, why? Why prestige? What's his problem? What's he got?
He has so much
Power.
opulence.
Power.
Huh?
He has so much opulence.
Opulence. Which opulence?
Material.
Huh?
Material.
What?
Material opulence.
Which material opulence? Right? That's why Lord Krishna has all the opulences. He's Bhagavan. He possesses 6 opulences. What's the particular opulence which Indra has?
All power. Wealth.
Wealth. He has a lot of wealth. It particularly mentions wealth in this section. That Indra was proud. Why is he proud? He has a lot of wealth. And it describes, of course, when you go through this chapter, you hear about how, well, the next section, text 2 to 8, you read about how Indra is being worshipped in the heavenly planets. You know, why are they worshipping him?
Is the head of the demigods.
Yeah, he's the king. He's the king of heaven. Right? He is Indra, the king of heaven. So all the other demigods are honoring him and bowing down to him, and he's sitting there on his throne with his beautiful wife, you know, and they're both sitting up there on the throne, and all these different demigods are all worshipping him. So, Indra, because of his pride, he transgressed the Vedic etiquette. This is the cause. We have the saying, pride comes before the fall. Right? So very dangerous to become proud. We have to always be on guard. And being devotees, it's dangerous because sometimes people will respect you. You know, I heard that, like, if you go to I've never been, but if you go to Bangladesh, I heard, you know, that other Hindus there, they worship the devotees. You know, not difficult nowadays, you can't go there now, but, you know, in the past, Many devotees have been going there. And they get worshipped, you know, everybody wants to touch your feet, and they want to wash your feet and everything, you know, and it can be very dangerous. We also saw in the history of our Krishna consciousness movement, we have young people becoming gurus. When Prabhupada departed from the world, and some of the people, well, Prabhupada appointed some people to become spiritual masters, and they were not very old. They were quite young actually. And they didn't, you know, at that time also we didn't really know how to do things. And they were having Guru Puja in the temple room every day for them. And it became, you know, difficult. They were very young, maybe 30 years old, you know, 30 years old, and you've got all these people coming and worshipping you, and very dangerous. So here you have Indra and the Apsaras and Gandharvas. They're dancing and singing, playing beautiful instruments. Gandharvas, Apsaras, all very attractive. And he was surrounded by the Maruts, the Vasus, Rudras, Adityas, Ribus, Vishwadevas, Sadyas, Ashwini Kumaras, Siddhas, Charanas, oh my goodness, and by great saintly persons. They're all surrounding him. And he's sitting there with his wife on the throne. And then over Indra's head is a white umbrella, right? The white umbrella signifies what? White umbrella has some special significance. You don't know? Usually, well, it's for the ruler. Just like Lord Balaram. When we went there to get back, was it Samba and Lakshman. Samba had been arrested by the Kurus because Samba, huh?
They tried to marry Lakshmanas, daughter of the Duryodhana.
Yeah, that's right. And then he got arrested, right? At that time they were talking about the white umbrella, how the white, it's a symbol of the ruler, the king. So Indra has the white umbrella, and he's been fanned by yak tail whisks. People are all standing there with maybe peacock feather or chamaras, and they're using them. And all this is going on when Brihaspati comes into the room. He comes into the assembly. And who is Brihaspati? What's his relationship with the demigod?
He's the spiritual master.
Huh?
Spiritual master.
Spiritual master, right? He's the guru. And so, spiritual master comes in. What's the etiquette?
You bow in front of him. You have to bow down.
You have to bow down.
Respect.
Huh?
Respect.
Show respect, right?
And give him the befitting elevated seat to sit down.
What?
They should offer sitting place which is elevated
They should offer a sitting place.
to the spiritual master.
Yeah. But first thing is, they should bow down, offer obeisance. How many times? Huh? When you see a sannyasi, supposed to do it one time in the day. But for the guru, huh? Huh?
Three times.
Really?
Oh, always.
Always.
Every time.
Always.
Yes, every time. That's the rule. That's the etiquette. Right? You go out of the room, you come back in the room, offer a bit. Prabhupada would say he's a Dandavat man. That is the etiquette, standard etiquette. So, of course, we know in our scriptures we have examples of some people who did not follow that etiquette, right? What's the famous example? Who didn't bow down? Romaharshan. Why not? Why didn't he bow down?
He was sitting in a Vyasasana and going to give a lecture.
Yeah, he was already sitting on an elevated seat. And Lord Balaram came into the assembly. So, what happened? All the great sages were there,
They all bowed down.
well, they didn't all bow down. Some of them bowed down, others they folded their hands and like that. But everyone was very respectful. Some bowed their heads, some folded their hands, some offered full obeisances, differently. They all showed respect, except for Romaharshi. So Lord Balaram considered the situation. Right? Lord Balaram considered about Romaharshan.
Disrespectful.
Huh?
Disrespectful to the Supreme Lord.
Yes, disrespectful to Lord Balaram. So why did Lord Balaram kill him?
Because these rules and regulations are applied for normal general people, but when the Supreme Lord comes, even if some person is on Vyasasana, he should get up, or the superior authority or the Supreme Lord comes, whoever is on Vyasasana, they should get up from their seat and offer respects to the superior, elevated, pure devotee or the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And Ramaharshan doesn't want to give a class, so you should set a good example.
What?
He's gonna give a class. He's gonna recite.
Lord Balaram stated that Ramaharshan Sutta, you want the association of Vyasadeva. Still your consciousness has not changed even after reading the Vedas, getting the association of Vyasadeva. Your consciousness has not been elevated, so you are not fit to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why
Lord Balaram also considered about his birth. Right? What was significant about the birth?
he was born to a Brahmana mother.
Huh?
I remember he's born to a Brahmana mother, but the father is not a Brahmana.
Right, that's right. Mixed caste there. So Lord Balaram considered he's not actually a Brahmana. So like that, he killed. So that's one example, Romaharshan. Can you think of any other examples where somebody disrespected the spiritual master?
Bali Maharaj,
Bali Maharaj?
his guru, Shukracharya, he asked him to do something, but Bali Maharaj said no, they're doing it. Like Lord Ramana came, asked for the 3 pieces of land. So he won, he is not a Baba, he is Vishnu. So don't give him, no, I will give. So he went against, not as a offensive, but he went against the spiritual master. And that resulted of offense, again, not following his orders of Guru.
Okay.
But the 4 Kumaras rejecting the orders of Lord Brahma. and not procreating and remaining Naishtika Brahmachari.
Ah, four Kumaras didn't accept that. Yeah. So did Bali Maharaj and did the four Kumaras, did they suffer for disobeying their gurus? Why not?
They were benefited. They were boon. I say not boon. They were benefited because Vamana, the Lord became their Dwarpal of that place in Patal. So he went down and so the Lord personally became Dwarpal, the doorkeeper of. So they were actually benefited. Not, they were not.
Sukracharya was not giving the right advice. All this while he stated that you must worship Lord Vishnu. When Lord Vishnu personally came in, he started saying, no, won't give your word to Lord Vishnu. So he was going against his own instructions. So,
Right, yeah. And what about the four Kumaras?
the disciple has only one chance to reject the order of spiritual master. When the spiritual master says you reject brahmacharya and marry, then the disciple can reject the order of spiritual master. Shastra says, oh, that's the only instance you can reject.
When?
When the guru asks the disciple to change his ashram from brahmacharya to grihastha, the disciple has the right to reject the order.
Oh, really? Like Bhishma, huh? Bhishma also wanted Bhishma. Parasuram was the guru of Bhishma. And he wanted Bhishma to marry. But Bhishma refused. And they had to fight. And Bhishma was able to satisfy Parasuram. So the four Kumaras, they have a right to refuse the order, Lord Brahma. Well, Lord Brahma considered, but did he take it actually as an offense? Not really, yeah. Although they refused that order, it wasn't an offense on their part, because their interest was spiritual development, spiritual progress. They wanted to realize more. So there was no real offense on their part.
Duryodhan, he rejected Dronacharya and Bhishma. Whenever they give good advice, he was never taking because he was having his own materialistic plans to accomplish.
Duryodhan,
Yes, Duryodhan.
he never accepted whose?
Dronacharya and Bhishma Deva's advice to not to go against Pandavas.
Oh,
And in result he suffered, he lost the battle.
What did they want? What was the instruction from Drona and Bhishma?
Bhishma Dev, he told like you give their land to them, you give their kingdom to them, and don't be greedy behind materialistic opulence. Then he said, I'm not going to follow. And even the Supreme Lord Krishna said him that he came to settle the situation, but he said no.
Okay. But Duryodhan, he wasn't a disciple of any of these people, really.
Dronacharya?
Well, Drona taught him military arts. You could say military guru. Okay. Yeah?
Prahlad Maharaj rejecting the orders of his materialistic gurus.
Yeah. Yeah, Prahlad already had a guru, right? He already had his guru. So he didn't take orders of his teachers. They were not really his gurus, they were his teachers, but he didn't like to take their order. Okay. What about in Chaitanya Leela? Who was the famous offender? Who's the famous offender in Chaitanya Leela? Mm-hmm.
Madhavendra Puri rejected one of his disciples because he was trying to teach him at the time of death, like he has to.
Yes, right.
He should not.
His name was Ramachandra Puri. Ramachandra Puri. He was a real critic. Criticized everyone. He had a habit of criticizing everyone. So he tried to instruct his own guru at the time of death, right? What did he try to instruct him?
His spiritual master was saying this famous verse, "Hey Deenadayathanatha Mathuranatha." So how will I be able to attain you? And then Ramchandra Puri said that, why are you feeling separation? Just, I think he said, think of Brahman, something like that.
Yes, right. Ramachandra Puri, because Ishwar Madhavendra Puri was lamenting in separation, he was cultivating the mood of separation, Vipralamba Seva, the mood of the gopis, feeling separation from Krishna. And he was reciting that verse which Mataji just said, "Where are you now, O my Lord of Dwarka? Because of my not seeing you, my most agitated heart has become disturbed." And so Madhavendra Puri was cultivating this mood of separation from Krishna, that, oh, when will I see Krishna? And this foolish Ramachandra Puri came there, and he could not understand the mood of his spiritual master. And he tried to instruct him. That is an offense, right? To try to give instructions to the spiritual master. So, Madhavendra, he said to his guru, he said, "Oh Guruji, better you should contemplate the Brahman and feel the bliss of the Brahman." And Madhavendra Puri looked at him in disgust and said, "Get out of my sight, you foolish person. If I have to see your face at the time of death, I will not attain my desired destination." And so Ramachandra Puri left there, but afterwards he was always critical wherever he went, and he came to Jagannath Puri and he criticized Lord Chaitanya. He came to Lord Chaitanya's room in Puri and he saw so many insects. You know, Jagannath Puri is near the sea and there's a lot of insects there on the beach, and they come into the house, into the rooms. And he saw these insects in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's room. He said, I've heard about you people, that you eat too many sweets. Now I can see you must be keeping sweetmeats here, and that's why all these insects have come. They've come to eat the sweets. So you must be keeping a lot of sweets here secretly. And Lord Chaitanya, when he heard this, he told his servants, from now on, reduce my prasadam to 1/3 of what I usually take. Usually Lord Chaitanya liked to take prasadam. He would take quite good quantities. But after this Ramachandra Puri came, then he ordered his servant Govinda, bring me 1/3 of what I usually take. And so long as Ramachandra Puri stayed there, then Lord Chaitanya would only take very small amounts of prasadam. So Ramachandra Puri was a person who did not get the mercy of his spiritual master. But Ishwara Puri was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and Ishwara Puri faithfully stayed and served his guru. And he helped Madhavendra Puri. He helped Madhavendra Puri to meet with death. At the point of his death, he was feeling, difficulties and a lot of pain and discomfort, and a lot of maybe, old age. You get different problems, with the material body. So Ishwara Puri was taking care of him, taking care of his guru, and helping him to remember Krishna. So after Madhavendra Puri departed from the world, Ishwara Puri went on to become the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he became the Acharya of the disciplic succession. So that was the mercy of his Guru. Ishwara Puri got the mercy of his Guru. Ramachandra Puri did not get the mercy. He was an offender to his Guru. So this is some example there about offending the Guru. So we have to be very cautious about these things. Try to instruct in the presence of a spiritual master is very dangerous. Against the Vaishnava etiquette. Any other examples you can think about how the Guru is being offended, not showing proper respect to the Guru? Even in Ramayana, you have the example of Vishwamitra coming to the palace of Maharaj Dasara. And Maharaj Dasara receives him very warmly. Says, "Oh, great soul who's conquering over death and everything." You know, he's very respectful to him. And he's saying to him, "Whatever you want, please ask, I'll be happy to provide for you." And so then Vishwamitra says, "All right." He said, "I want to take Ram with me. I want to take Ram with me to kill some Rakshasi. And when Dasara, "Oh, no, not Ram, no, I will come with you, but not Ram." And Vishwamitra got really upset with them. He said, "Well, look, come on, you said you'd give me whatever I want. I'm telling you I want Ram, your son Ram." And Dasara said, "Oh no, please don't take Ram." It's a big issue, you know. Like that, you give your word to the spiritual master. If you don't keep it, it's a great offense. And this is why we have, well, we can see the principle of Diksha.
Vishwamitra was Guru of Dasharatha or not?
Yeah, he was like the respected, like the Guru. He was one of the great sages. He was bowing down, you know. Dasara certainly honored him because he's a great sage and offered him all respect like a representative of God, you know. He honored him, "Oh, great soul who's conquering over death." So he understood how Vishwamitra was a very powerful spiritual personality. But when Vishwamitra asked for his son, he was so attached, he didn't want to give his son. So, in great kings, they get this problem, attachment. So, as I was saying about initiation, devotees in ISKCON, we get initiation. And at the time of initiation, we make vows. We make vows to follow 4 principles, to chant 16 rounds. You know, these things is very important. We have to encourage devotees to keep up these vows, to keep up these standards. That's why we have the initiation ceremony. To get people to make these vows that we're going to do this. You have to, and we have to keep that promise. Of course, we lose a lot of people in course of time. Many people come, take initiation, after some time they go away. It's unfortunate. We try to keep everyone alive, right? To keep everyone in Krishna consciousness. But it's not an easy thing. Anyway, Indra, he's a big demigod. Now, to be a demigod is not, they're not ordinary people. The demigod, to come to that position of a demigod, how do they get that position as demigods?
How do you, thousands females have been, 1,000.
What?
1,100 females have been.
Ashwamedha yagas.
100 or 1,000.
Well, I don't know about that. Any other way they can become a demigod?
Pious activities.
What?
Pious activities.
Pious activities, yeah. They have to have done a lot of punya, a lot of pious activities to get to that position of being demigods. But are they pure devotees?
No.
No, they're not pure devotees. But they're great souls. They're pious, they've done a lot of pious activities. So they're very special people. And, you know, we have to respect them also. We respect. Of course, we don't eat the prasadam of the demigods, but we do offer our respects to them. I was with Prabhupada one time in England. We went to this Hindu temple. They were worshipping Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. You know, the Trinity, you know. And Prabhupada said, a devotee of Krishna not only offers his respects to Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, a devotee of Krishna will offer their respects even to a tiny insect like an ant. That is the devotee, respectful to all living entities. Why? Because, why do we offer respects to everyone?
Because they are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord.
Yes, because the Lord is in everyone's heart. We offer our respects to the Super Soul, the Lord in the heart. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, every day they would offer hundreds of obeisances to the Vaishnavas. Right? So, we have to learn to respect everyone. And even if you're a spiritual master, if the Lord comes, or some senior personality comes, we have to respect them. Just like in Prabhupada's time, sometimes one of Prabhupada's godbrothers would come, when Prabhupada would be sitting on the Vyasa giving class. If one of Prabhupada's godbrothers would come to the temple room while he was giving, he'd invite him, come and sit there, and they would sit on the Vyasa with Prabhupada. And they both sit on the same Vyasa. Prabhupada would do like that. And spiritual master does not take worship in front of his own godbrothers. That's not very good, to accept worship in front of your own godbrothers. But here, Indra did not even show any kind of respect to Brihaspati. So then, what happened? What happened?
Brihaspati walks away.
Huh?
Brihaspati just walks away.
He walked away.
The demigods lost power.
Hmm?
The demigods lost their power.
Yeah, and that's coming later. First of all, immediately, what happened first of all? Indra does not offer any respect or pay any attention to Brihaspati. So, Brihaspati,
Also,
huh?
he left.
He left, right? Where did he go? He's a very powerful person. He just disappeared. He just vanished. They didn't know where he'd gone. And then Indra, well, what happened to Indra?
He realized.
Huh?
He realizes
He realized what?
his mistake.
Huh?
The mistake.
He realized
That he
His
committed.
mistakes, that he offended his teacher master, he realizes.
he committed an offense against his spiritual master. So how does he feel?
He starts to search so that he can beg forgiveness.
Feels guilty.
Huh?
He feels guilty.
He feels guilty.
Yeah, he feels guilty. So he wants to get forgiven for his offense. He wants to find his guru. Huh?
Bring him back.
He's looking, where did he go? But Brihaspati is very powerful. He thinks, why should I wait around? I came there, they did not, they just ignored me, they didn't give me any attention. So they don't want me there. So he just disappeared. And then Indra, he knows he's offended his guru. So when you commit offense against the guru, what should you do? Huh?
Feel remorse.
Yeah, you should feel repentant, right? We should feel very sorry that we did such a thing. So it says here, Brihaspati knew everything that would happen in the future. So Brihaspati is a powerful personality. You know, he is the guru of the demigods. Sukracharya is the guru of the demons. You know, the two of them, they're both powerful. And it says, although able to curse Indra, Brihaspati could have put a curse on Indra, but he did not do so. Instead, he left the assembly and in silence returned to his home. So he didn't put any curse. It's not required. Why not?
Anyways, if you offend your spiritual master, you will have to face the consequences.
Is something going to happen? It will happen. He doesn't have to put the curse. He's already, Indra's done something wrong. He will get the reaction for that. And that reaction will come. Okay, so Indra, he could understand his mistake. He realized he disrespected his spiritual master. Condemns himself in the presence of all the members of the assembly. So we can understand Indra has some good qualities. He made a mistake. Pride and, the opulence, he got affected by it all. But when his guru came and then disappeared, then he realized he made a great mistake, and he's concerned that, I've done something very wrong here. This is very serious. He understood that this is it could be disastrous, and it was. It was a big problem for him. So, demigods, they often have and similarly as devotees, we also have this problem. Sometimes we will commit a mistake, we'll do something wrong, we go against the Vaishnava etiquette, sometimes you get angry, right? Do you? Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes we get angry, right? And then, after we get angry, then we feel sorry that, I shouldn't have got so angry. Right? Sometimes you get angry and you say nasty things, and you even do nasty things, and it can be trouble. And afterwards you regret it, I really shouldn't get so angry. So here also, Indra, it was not something, it was not a deliberate offense, but he'd done it, he neglected his spiritual master, and it was because of his pride in the material opulence. The material opulence, the heavenly planets. They say heavenly planets is, if we go there, we'd be shocked how opulent it is compared to, our planet here. Whatever we think is to be opulent here, it's nothing compared to the heavenly planets. Everything is so much more opulent in the sense of, wealth, and then good looks, and intelligence, all of these different things. The opulent wealth, strength, beauty, fame, knowledge, renunciation. These opulences are all there in the heavenly planets, much more than what we have. So, definitely you can easily get affected. That's one reason why the demigods want to come here, because in the higher planets, it's too opulent. It's too difficult to be Krishna conscious, because you're surrounded by so much opulence, so much opportunity for sense gratification. So you think, better I go to earth, come to this place. Right? So anyway, the demigods are there, and Indra's there, and Brihaspati is their guru. So the demigods, Indra, here you can see text number, this is text number 12. You can read Indra's revealing his mind. Is saying, although I am king of the demigods who are situated in the mode of goodness, I was proud of a little opulence and polluted by false ego. Under the circumstances, who in this world would accept such riches at the risk of falling down? Alas, I condemn my wealth and opulence. Oh, Krishna, you don't find too many people who think like that in the material world, Oh, I condemn my wealth and opulence. Everyone's hankering after wealth and opulence. But Indra said, who in this world would accept such riches at the risk of falling down? The risk of falling down, right? When you get some money, or you get some fame, or good looks, or some, you want to enjoy it, you're trying to enjoy it, have more sense gratification. Easy to fall down. In Chaitanya Leela, there's a story about the leper Vasudeva, right? You know that story about the leper Vasudeva? Huh? No? The leper Vasudeva, he had worms eating his body. And if a worm would fall out, he'd pick it up and put it back in his body. So Lord Chaitanya came there, and Lord Chaitanya embraced him. And when Lord Chaitanya embraced him, what happened? Yeah, whole body became rejuvenated, became very healthy again. And, it became transformed, like a healthy person. And so was he happy?
He was very sad.
No, you can't speak. You're not in this class. Was he? Why was he not happy?
He wanted to.
Huh?
He was sad that the worms could not.
I'm not able to understand you.
I'm not sure.
Could you speak up a bit clearer?
She's saying she's not sure.
Huh?
She's not sure of the answer.
Oh. Anyway, you know what happened? The leper Vasudeva said, "Oh, now I am healthy and everything. Now I'll be attracted to sense gratification. You know, that it was better for me to be in disease condition, because when I was diseased, I could not be thinking about sense gratification. But now I've got this healthy, strong body, I want sense gratification. I want to enjoy material life." So Lord Chaitanya told him, he said, "Yes. So now you have to constantly chant Hare Krishna mantra and preach Krishna consciousness. And in this way, you can conquer over your material desires." Right? So there's always a danger, you know, opulence, material opulence, you become blinded by it. Right? Who else fell down because of material opulence? Huh? Who else fell down? They were a victim of the opulence of the heavenly planets. You know.
Но Нанакулабра и Манигрива.
Huh?
Нанакулабра и Манигрива.
Yes, yes.
Manigriva,
And now
Nalakuvera,
Нанакулабра.
Nalakuvera and Manigriva. Yes, right. Who were they?
They was his father was very rich.
Who was his father?
Kuvera.
Kuvera, right. And who's Kuvera?
Actually,
Huh?
He hold all opulence of the demigods.
Yeah, he's the treasurer of the demigods, right? Kuvera, he's very opulent. And he's got these two sons, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. And they're enjoying, right? They've got the beautiful girls, and they take them to the holy place where the sacred waters are there, and they're drinking some, whatever they're drinking, I don't know. I hope it was somadas. If they drink somadas, they say that's pious, you know. You get punya by drinking somadas. But they have become intoxicated anyway. So that's an example, you know, you get wealth, and Narada Muni had to put them in the body of trees to help to get them over that intoxication. Material wealth is like that it's very blinding. You become very attached. Even in the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna describes, he said, someone may be very poor man, but then after some time, somehow they get wealth, and they get a lot of wealth, but then they lose it again. And when they lose it again, what happens?
Krishna favors them.
Huh?
Krishna's favoring them.
they lament. They lament.
They lament very badly. They lament because they lost the money. They got the money, but then they lost it again. So they lament. I feel, I feel so bad. Lord Krishna was saying, they think about the money all the time because they've lost it. So Lord Krishna, he used this example to the gopis. He was telling the gopis that, you know, the gopis, they'd been with Krishna. Lord Krishna had called them to come, to dance Rasa Leela. And then Lord Krishna had left them. And so when Krishna left them, then all the gopis were, oh, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? At one point they were with Krishna, the next minute he'd gone. And they were lamenting. And Lord Krishna said, he did this to increase their remembrance and to take away their pride, to make them humble. Right? Humility is a very, very important quality of the devotee. We have to cultivate humility. Sanatana and Rupa Goswami, all these Goswamis, they were so humble. They were always offering respects to others. So that is the sign of real knowledge. Right? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Amanitvam Adambitvam. Right? Two qualities, the first two qualities of one is knowledge. Humility and pridelessness. So these are very important. But wealth and opulence, we become proud. What does Queen Kunti say about wealth and opulence?
Janmaishwarya Sutastri Edamar Madattuman, Naivar Hati Amidatam Vaitvar Pinchas Gocharam.
Yeah?
Janma, good birth, wealth, and beauty, and high education, these are not conducive to devotional service. Because a person with these qualities cannot approach Lord Krishna feelingly. But Krishna can be approached by Akinchana Gochara, one who is materially detached.
Materially detached, yes. Materially impoverished, right? So, yeah, Queen Kunti. Queen Kunti, she's not saying that we have to give up everything, but the problem comes if we're attached to these things. For those who are attached, right? And Bhagavad Gita says, Bhoga Aishwarya Prasattam. Those who are, right, for those, in the minds of those who are attached to material opulence and sense gratification, then the resolute determination for devotional service does not take place. So it's not that we're against, well, oh, you shouldn't be beautiful, oh, you shouldn't have education, oh, these, you know, it's not like we're against these things, but don't be attached to them. Don't be proud of them. What should we do with them?
Use it in Krishna's service.
Right, we have to use them in Krishna's service. How will you use wealth in Krishna's service?
Build temples.
Yeah, build a temple, right? If you have a lot of wealth, you can build a temple. And what about something very beautiful? Well, can they use that in Krishna's service? Can you use your good looks in Krishna's service?
Preach.
Preach?
You have to preach. You can preach.
What do you think?
The one who has good looks, they can preach.
They can preach. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Young Mataji will come try to do early. Young Mataji is very beautiful. Then we have big crowd to come to hear and have to see also. So
when a man is distributing a book, not many are coming to take. But when a beautiful girl is doing, many will come to take.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, good-looking women, they can bring many men to Krishna. That's right. So that's one way you can use your beauty, your good looks in the service of Krishna. We're not against like that. What about what material of having birth in a good family? You can use that. Janma The birth in the good family, how will you use that in the service of Krishna? Education, how will you use your education in Krishna's service?
So whatever field they are educated into, they can utilize. If they are good engineers, they can help in making temples. If they are good lawyers, help resolve the temple, the issues. Any kind of education.
Yes, Krishna says that Yajat Acharya Shrestha Tattva Dimutavachana. So if you are from a good family, you have a very good education, you can set a good example in society.
Yeah.
If such a person becomes a devotee, others will follow.
Okay. Yeah, if somebody has a good education, you can preach to other educated people. You know, somebody's educated, you say, oh yeah, I'm also educated. You finish, you have your PhD, all right, people, devotees also have PhDs. Use your education for Krishna, preach to educated people. Like we have Bhaktivedanta Institute to preach to scientists. You know, it's very specialized preaching. To go and preach to people like Nobel Prize winners and so on. You know, you have to know something about their field and what they're doing research on. So initially it was Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj was there. He was in charge of the Bhaktivedanta Institute, and he would organize seminars, and they would invite Nobel Prize winners and different scientists to come. And they would discuss spiritual topics, different things. So like that, using his education to spread Krishna consciousness. And somebody is born in a good family, and then they can preach to other big families, you know, that, oh, you're from a high-class family, yeah. We can, you know, sometimes people who are from a lower class, they don't like to preach to higher class people. You know, they feel, well, you know, I can't talk to them, you know. They're different, they're high class people, I can't. But if you're in that, from the higher class and you're Krishna conscious, you can go out and meet them. You know, just like Ambarish Ford, you know, his wife, you know. They're very high class, rich, wealthy people, very established in society. So people respect them. So it's very easy for them to approach similar people and give them Krishna consciousness. So then, one text number, this is text number 12, Prabhupada's got a nice purport here, talking about opulence and how one can become degraded. And Prabhupada said this is true both individually and collectively. So the demigods are supposed to be in the mode of goodness, but sometimes even people like Indra, they fall down. And then Prabhupada talks about the USA, how the American nation, how they try to advance in material opulence. And Prabhupada writes, the result is that Americans are now regretting the wholesale criminality of American society. And they're wondering how America has become so lawless and unimaginable, unmanageable, very difficult to manage America, the USA. You know, Donald Trump is having a hard time trying to...
The leftists.
You know, to be the president of the USA, you know, somebody thinks, oh, temple president, a very hard job. Just imagine how hard a job it must be. To be temple president is a hard job. How hard it is to be president of the USA. Because so much crime, so much lawlessness. No. Everywhere, you're not safe anywhere. Every people have got guns, and there's killing, violence all the time. So Prabhupada writes here, he said, both individually and collectively, they try to enjoy material comforts, and they become addicted to wine and women. The men produced in such a society are less than fourth class. So less than fourth class means what? Varna means Rakshasa or Malajas and like that, right?
Chandalas. Chandalas.
So Varna Shankara. Yeah. So this is the situation. And Prabhupada said, fortunately, Hare Krishna movement has come to America. Fortunately. So many Indian people have also gone to America. Did it benefit them? Well, if they become Krishna conscious, it benefits them. Some often find people when they're in India, they didn't become Krishna conscious. Yeah?
The personal example, Maharaj. I went to the US to pursue my master's degree, and I started Bhakti Yoga. Started reading Prabhupada books.
Yes, right. That's how it happens. Many people, like when they get out of India, then they miss their culture so much that they miss the kind of lifestyle they were having in India. They go to the West and it's all meat eating and intoxication and gambling. And they look for something to give more inner peace. And they find the Krishna consciousness movement. So it's what we would call the positive alternative. Most people are trying to get away from material life, they can come to Krishna consciousness. If they're fortunate. So going to America, usually people go to America, they're thinking, make money, make my name, become famous, become a big man like that. They're thinking it will be material success there. But often you go there and they're disappointed. Just like one of the devotees, he's from Calcutta, the devotee in charge of the temple in Calcutta, he goes to America to visit devotees who are there. People who, they're from India and they've gone to America, they're maybe like Prabhu doing their postgraduate studies there, And he said most of the time, the whole time, they're just worried about money all the time, Just worried about money. To survive in that country. Everything is just so expensive. So this is an American Western lifestyle is like that. People are just worrying about how to make more money. And at the same time, there's so many dangers and so much crime there.
A lot of crime.
Oh yeah.
I was traveling in a bus and one person was about to hit me. The first year of my post-graduation. One person was about to hit me out of the bus. One of my seniors was there, he kind of saved me. He just saw me and became angry for nothing.
You didn't say anything,
I didn't say anything, I was just sitting there, I was just coming out of the bus, he just caught my collar and he was about to hit me.
Really?
Yeah. This was 2012 actually.
Huh?
This was in 2012 Maharaj.
Ah.
Yeah. So somehow one senior was there, he saved me.
Some senior man was there.
Yeah, it was.
And he stopped him.
He stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Western society. Very terrible. So that kind of crime is going on. Nobody's safe. There was a case, there were these two girls from China, and they were sitting in the car there in the car park in the supermarket. You know, they brought some, just gone to the supermarket, purchased some snacks, and they were sitting in their car eating the snack. Some guy comes up and shot both of them dead.
Yeah, America. America. Where America?
Yeah, yeah. Where else?
Yeah.
Only in America these things happen actually. So it's like that. So Prabhupada said, long, long ago, Lord Indra regretted his disrespect to his spiritual master. And Prabhupada said, similarly, it is advised that the American people regret their mistaken advancement in civilization. They should regret, just like Indra regretted. So the advancement in civilization should be regretted. They should take advice from the spiritual master. So what was their mistake? Advancement in civilization? What have they done wrong?
They have forgotten God.
Yeah, they've forgotten God. They put the whole emphasis on
Enjoying opulence.
enjoying opulence, comforts, motor cars,
Skyscrapers.
skyscraper buildings. They're thinking that's the goal of life, material happiness. The more you can enjoy the senses, advanced, so-called advanced civilization. They're thinking, what do they think advancement is? They think it is? What are some examples of advanced civilization in the Western countries?
The more you increase the facilities for sense enjoyment, that is called as advanced civilization, like a polished enjoyment.
Yeah. The more they can enjoy the senses, just like you see in the Western countries, most people, there's always the danger of divorce. Most of the marriages fail. You know, more than 50% of the marriages end in divorce. So this is and of course when they get divorced, then they want to get married again. Find somebody else. Oh, last time didn't work, I'll find somebody better, and they get married again. But when they get married the second time, then the chances of divorce are greater. And then the third time comes along, and then the chances of divorce are still greater. You know what I mean? You know, there's no end to it. It's like more than 50% marriages fail. And when people get married the second time, then 60% of the marriages will fail. And when they get married the third time, then 70% of the marriages will fail. Like this. So nobody can, you know, in American society. And then you have a lot of unmarried mothers as well. You know, children are brought up one parent. So all of these things, this is so-called advanced civilization. People think, oh, this is modern life. very uncivilized. So people trying to find happiness, but they're trying to find it by material means. Alright, so we'll take a break.